I always miss LCK and LEC because I played there a lot, like they're kind of my home.
Yeah.
Like LCK is obviously just Korea, just my home, but LEC is just, I don't know, I just all their player, and then just I know their living style, so that is kind of my home too.
Hi everyone, this is Tom. This time not reporting from the LEC but from the LCS because I've been invited to interview IgNar, who is the support player obviously on FlyQuest. How are you doing, IgNar?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm just just happy about making fighters. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine so. And actually, today I don't want to talk too much about you making it to the finals or this season specifically, but reflect more on what your year has been like in the LCS. Obviously, you came over from Schalke 04 at the end of last season. And I just want to walk you through that and how your experience has been. So, do you still remember when you heard the news that you were gonna go to FlyQuest? How did you look at that opportunity at that time?
I mean, how was my feeling about last year that when I found that I can go NA?
Yeah.
Mm, it was obviously a little bit that is like between scary and nervous, because NA vision is I don't know. I don't know every player. I don't have friends,
Mhm.
and then like just basically LEC and then LCK is really like gave me relief my mind because I know them, I know there,
Yeah.
but I don't know anything about NA, so I was a little bit nervous that I go NA.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was my feeling.
So what made you decide back then? Okay, I'm gonna do this anyway. Why did you go through with it?
Just biggest one was just POEs here, so
Mm.
yeah, so okay, then I can just use about NA easily if I have Tristan and like POE, and
Yeah.
then he was expert about NA or as well, like already more than 2 years. So that was only one thing. Yeah,
Yeah. Now, looking back at arriving in North America, how did you feel welcomed in the region? Was it easy for you to adjust?
I think was a little bit hard. I mean, I always feel that hard if I join new team or just if I go new region, especially new region, because I don't know what I have to eat. I don't know what I have to buy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where to go. Like this stuff.
Right.
So it was a little bit hard, but was better than I thought because this organization helped me a lot. Like bring me K-Town market and then bring me just market or just buy food like this
Mhm.
stuff. So and then they just teach me what I have to do. Like so it was better than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it was easier to adjust in the end. How did you also mentioned that one of the factors that was maybe a bit scary or maybe a bit daunting to you was well, you knew nobody except then for Power Weevil, who was one of the deciding factors for you to eventually come to NA. But how was it for you to make friends, and like did you get along with other players, not just in the team but in the LCS quickly?
You mean how do I got friendly with everyone fast? You mean?
Yeah, if that was the case, or
I think I got friendly with everyone really fast, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And then I heard other many NA teams has player that living alone as his own apartment,
Mhm.
but our team most of the players living together. So I think that was biggest that I got friendly
Yeah.
a lot faster than usual. So I think that was the biggest one.
When you started playing with this team and started playing in North America in general, What were the differences you noticed between Europe and North America?
You mean what is the different when
Yeah,
I
what is
play in
like, you
NA?
know, when you play in EU, there's like a certain atmosphere, there's a certain feel of playing League of Legends. What is that like? What were the difference for you that were noticeable in the beginning?
I felt like NA teams are really trying to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel biggest one, because EU teams, I think they're just they just know what they have to do. They just know, and then like they have just good sense, I guess.
All right.
But yeah, but NA, I feel like also they're kind of good at it, but they just try to be, oh, we need to be professional like this stuff. Like, oh, we need to act like professional like this,
Oh, okay.
like we go faster, and then people want solo queue, people scream like this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know, just I feel like they really try to be professional team, so which means they try harding, like
Right.
what they buy a lot, like what we need, and then they just let us focus about the games. Like that's
Right.
that's the difference,
It's
in my
really
feeling. Yeah,
zoomed in on directly improving your performance in that sense.
yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that is one topic I also want to touch on, because I think internationally, um, it's no secret that NA is not held to super high standards, especially compared to LEC, LCK, and the LPL. So, what is your perception then be? Because you've now played in it for two splits, and how competitive is North America?
Mm, North America. I think I before I come NA, I thought NA is really bad. That was what I think.
Mm,
But mm, after we make both times final, I have confidence that, oh, we can we can be good with any legion,
mhm.
So I just had confidence this year that playing good at words. I mean, just talk is useless, so we're gonna show.
Yeah.
Even if we're not good, we will play like our style. But our style is kind of unique in NA, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I think.
Mhm.
I
I
think we
also
will do good.
Yeah. So, in what sense do you think you've made an impact on FlyQuest as a team? Because you are that, European veteran in that sense. You bring that European experience with you. So, in what sense do you think you have affected how this team performs? Not just directly, as in making it to Worlds and stuff like that, but more in changing the style, or things like that.
Mm, I think I have affect a lot about like team's play style a little bit, because I think if you have support player, the passive
Mhm.
is usually mid jungle need to engage. But if you have like aggressive support, like just going in and
Mhm.
engage,
Yeah.
then support going in. But I feel like support going in is much more easier in my opinion, because usually has more CC, more champions,
Right.
and then even I die, we can win. So it's less scary. So I just expect that our makes our team fight a lot, because I core fight a lot as well,
Yeah.
a lot in game.
You just say, "Let's go."
So yeah, like even I don't say, if I see the situation, I just go.
Mhm.
That's my play style. So I just affect that makes this team fight a lot, at
Mhm.
least in my opinion. Yeah.
Right. Do you think that has had an impact on North, like the LCS and other LCS teams as well? Because FlyQuest has been having good results. Do you think your more aggressive or more engaging support playstyle has opened those doors a bit more for other support players too?
I think so, at least a little bit. even it's not big, I think so, because last year when I watched NA from EU, like I felt like NA support roams not that much.
Right.
They just AFK in the lane. Even your AD is safe, they just stay with him. So I felt weird. But this year at the start of the split, like spring split, when I'm doing roaming, but enemy support doesn't try to follow me.
Right.
Yeah, which is like, oh, this is free roaming. Like I don't feel anything pressure like this. So, but nowadays I saw some support players, many support players trying to match roams or block my roams. Yeah, so I think it when I see these things, I felt like, oh, I affect something. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, looking at the experience as a whole, are you content with the decision you make? Do you think it was the right decision for you to go
To comment.
Yeah.
I think is really the right decision in my opinion. I mean, result wise, we made 2 finals and world again, so it was just right decision in my opinion. No matter what, if I go NA
Okay.
or EU, like I just made world. We just made world, so I think it was right. And also, yeah, just NA experience is really good to having as a memory, like already because now I came NA, so I know like almost big legion everywhere, like LCK, LEC, and then LCS. So even let's say next year let's say I go back to EU or Korea, then I will have no curious about LCS because I know there. So I think that's really good in my opinion. Just good
Would you want to go
experience.
back to LEC or LCK, or are you content where you are now?
I always miss LCK and LEC because I played there a lot, you know, like they're kind of my home.
Yeah.
Like LCK is obviously just Korea, just my home, but LEC is just I don't know. I just all their player and then just I know their living style, so that is kind of my home too. I feel like so. Always I miss, but I don't know. I don't know yet. Like I need to see the off season. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for joining me, IgNar, and good luck at Worlds already.
Thank you so much.